Hello and a big welcome to the channel. I'm the Motorsport Madman. This is the 2023 Japanese Grand Prix. If you are new to the channel, if you are a Formula 1 fan, then get yourself subscribed. Please do drop me a like as well if you are in the stream, or if you're watching it on a repeat when you actually wake up 6 hours from now like a normal human being, then please do drop me a like. But I'm here, it's 5:45, 10 to 6 in the morning, and well, the name of the channel says it all. Madman. The things we do for Formula 1. But yeah, welcome to the stream. How are we doing? I have just woke up like 5 minutes ago. Enough to go down, make a brew, come back up, switch the telly on and click go live. Now, just a forewarning before I even start, because I don't want... I will mention this throughout the race, but I have to go about 7:30 at the very latest. 8:20. The very latest I'll be sat here live on stream is 8:20. Now, if it is a straightforward Japanese Grand Prix and there's no safety cars, no red flags, and no incidents, it'll be done by 7:30, and it's happy days. Now, if you start getting into a situation where there's safety cars, red flags, incidents, I won't be here to see the end of the race. It is what it is. I've got to go to work. Unfortunately, I can't prioritise this channel when it earns 0. It is what it is. Life gets in the way sometimes. I'll be here until 8:20. If the race isn't concluded by then, I'm very sorry. But it is what it is. I usually try and avoid working Sundays when the Grand Prix is on, but this is just one of them. It's one of them. Yes, Carl, SHT, welcome in. Sargent got a 10-second time penalty. Is that true? Start for the pit lane. Oh, yeah, at least it's on the graphic here. But yeah, anyway, welcome in. So yeah, just as a forewarning, if the race is still going an hour and 40 minutes in, I'll have to go. If it's a straightforward race, it'll be done in an hour and a half. It'll be done in an hour and 20 minutes if there's no incidents. I've got an hour and 40 minutes to see it through. If it's still going, I'll have to go. But we see how we go in it. Last year in Japan, there was like an hour delay. If we get a situation like that, it's game over. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Please do drop me a like. It really helps out the channel. And we'll see. But yeah, and trying to get to 500 subs as well before the end of the season. So about 60 away, something like that. 65 subs away, so that I really appreciate that if you subscribe, if you are into Formula 1. But yeah, let's get the headphones on. 2023 Japanese Grand Prix is upon us. We're about 5 minutes out. Theme music's on. Daniel Ricciardo and Yuki Tsunoda have been confirmed at AlphaTauri for 2024. It's what we expected. It's a shame for Liam Lawson. He's come in, shown great speed, but there's just no room at the inn. The other bit of news coming into the weekend as well is that Oscar Piastri is signed for McLaren on the long term. He will be at McLaren till at least the end of 2026. So yeah, Piastri and Norris signed up for the long term with McLaren, and yeah, the driver market this season is not the best. I'll be straight up honest with you. I think everybody's staying put. The only seat up for contention is probably Logan Sargent's Williams drive, but having said that, who would they put in instead of Sargent? You know, I feel like he'll probably get the nod for next year unless he keeps sticking it in the wall like he did yesterday. Yeah, I think that would make sense. But as far as I know, Carl, he's been confirmed as oh my God. I'm going to sit here like this today. As far as I know, he's been confirmed as Red Bull's reserve driver. So just sit here like this. It's too early, isn't it? I look a mess. Yeah, as far as I know, Liam Lawson's been confirmed as Red Bull reserve driver, which I don't know, man. I feel like he should have gone to Williams, yeah. Bit bright, that, innit? Oh, I don't know. Not good. Right, starting grid for the race then. Yeah, so you're right, SHT. Logan Sargent from the pit lane is Zhou Guanyu from P19. Hulkenberg will start from 18th. Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin from P17. It's Valtteri Bottas from P16. Kevin Magnussen, P15 on the grid. Esteban Ocon in the Alpine, P14. Albon, P13 in the Williams. P12 for Pierre Gasly. Liam Lawson just outside the points paying positions at the moment, P11 on the grid. Fernando Alonso, P10. Yuki Tsunoda will start his home race from P9. I hope he gets some points, I really do. George Russell, P8. Lewis Hamilton, P7. Carlos Sainz, P6 in the Ferrari. Sergio Perez, only 5th in the Red Bull. Now we get to the big boys. Charles Leclerc, P4. Lando Norris, P3. Oscar Piastri shares a front row with the reigning world champion, Max Verstappen. Are we team Piastri today? Because I know I am. I'm team Piastri and Tsunoda and Albon. Yeah. Even though sat here with Mercedes hat on, but I ain't got no Piastri. I'm not about to sit here with an orange helmet on with an orange beard. Dun 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 digga 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 dun. Yeah, I'm team Piastri today. Piastri. I'll be cheering on Piastri, Tsunoda, and Albon. Just so as you know, innit? We'll wait if there's a final twist of the season's not over yet. Can if Perez DNFs and Max wins, is Max world champion? What about that, SHT? Because I haven't been watching the build-up. Is there a permutation? If Max wins and Checo DNFs, is Max world champion, or is it mathematically impossible? Because I don't even know. I don't even know, bro. Right, formation laps underway. Let's go. Oh, the hours we get up for F1, man. But if you're not here at 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning for the Japanese Grand Prix, are you really an F1 fan? Man, I used to get up for like FP1 in China at 2, 3 a.m. and stuff. I don't even do that anymore, really. Get up for the race, though, without a doubt, and quali. I want to see Piastri lead into turn 1, I can't lie. Is pole position on the outside as well, going into turn 1? Going down to turn 1? Dun, 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 dugga, 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 dun. Yeah, Piastri dives up the inside into turn 1 and 2. Ooh. A final twist. What do you mean by final twist? I'd love to see a final twist. Final twist, Sergio Perez, world champion. Max DNFs the last 6 and Perez wins them all. Woo. That would be a kicker to the season, wouldn't it? There would be a final twist. Even if Max DNF'd every race from now to the end and Checo won them all, you'd probably just nip it by a point, wouldn't you, Perez? Surely, I think if Verstappen wins today and Perez doesn't finish, is Verstappen world champion? These are the kind of things I should know, innit? I know that Red Bull are likely to wrap up the Constructors' Championship here, aren't they? Oh, here we go. Oh, he can't. He can't. He can't. He can't win the title here. David Croft's on it. David Croft. He could hear me, Crofty. He could hear me asking the question, Crofty. So he can't be world champion here. What will happen is Red Bull will be Constructors' Championships here, likely. But no, he can't. So he can't. Yeah, Qatar can win it. Yeah. Winning the championship in Qatar. Not for me, mate. I don't think it's the best venue to win a world championship, is it? Qatar. You know, I've seen Lewis win the championship in Brazil and US and Abu Dhabi and all that. Win the championship in Qatar. Bit dead. Right, anyway. That's for next week. That's for in a couple of weeks' time. This is Japan, baby. Come on, please be a good race. We're getting up at R5 in the morning. Please be a good race. And please be a straightforward race so we get to the end of it before I have to go. Come on, Oscar. Come on. I want the Piastri lead into turn one. Come on, Oscar. If Oscar gets a rocket start, you better believe. Come on. I'm cheering on Piastri, Tsunoda and Albon. It's the 2023 Japanese Grand Prix. Sargent's in the pit lane. Yeah, man's got the green flag at the back. 3, 2, 1. Come on, Piastri, get the lead straight away. Go, 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 go. Verstappen's trying to cover him off. Oh, Piastri's got it great. Oh, he's being swamped by the McLarens. Oh, there's a crash in the back. Bit of contact in the back as Verstappen and Norris go side by side into turn 2. Oh, Verstappen and a McLaren on the left, McLaren on the right, and seen them both off. We've seen a little bit of contact in the middle of the pit, in the middle of the pack, but Verstappen holds on, defending left, defending right, seeing off both McLarens into the first couple of corners. I would have bet my life that one of those McLarens was going to do Verstappen into turn 1. In the end, neither of them did. Verstappen holds onto the lead, and we got a couple of cars tripping over each other. Look at the Alpha Tauris side by side into Degner 1, Degner 2. Whew. I tell you what, we've seen some cars trip up going into turn 1. We need to see a replay of that. But it is Verstappen that holds on from Norris. Norris got ahead of Piastri with all that. But he had one McLaren one side, one McLaren the other. And Verstappen in the middle has managed to hold on. Zhou's got damage. So we got a safety car is out. Probably for debris on the circuit. AlphaTauri's going at it, mate. Yeah, a lot of debris down the pit straight just before turn 1. So, safety car's out. We're unlikely to see the end of this now. Perez started 5th, I think. Yeah, Zhou's got a front... Yeah, Zhou's got a puncture. We need to see the replay from the start of exactly what happened. Oh, this is too bright, isn't it? I'm sat here with a shiny head. Yeah, so Zhou's done for. Now, look at this replay at the start here. I was thinking Piastri's got the lead here. Look at this. Verstappen tries to defend. He's got Norris on the outside, Piastri on the inside. Piastri backs out of it. Look at this. And Norris and Verstappen, look at that. Norris round the outside. Norris should have got the lead. I'm not even watching the contact, but yeah. Some photographer down at turn 1 has got a perfect shot of the two McLarens and Verstappen in the middle, all side by side going into turn 1. There'd be a great picture out there somewhere already. Yeah, Verstappen had to get his elbows out there. Replay of the start on board with Carlos Sainz and has had to shove Perez out of the way. Wow. Oh, here we go then. So as Perez hit Hamilton, here we go, replay on board with Lewis Hamilton then. So Hamilton gets a great start and yeah, Hamilton and Perez come together in turn 1. Woo! And then he's nearly hit by... Wow. Replay on board with Alexander Albon. Oh, yeah. Albon and Zhou come together hard. That's the thing I saw in the background when I was watching Verstappen versus Norris in turn 1. I seen Albon in the air. Wow, yeah. Albon and Zhou come together hard into turn 1. And replay with Kevin Magnussen. Okay. Oh, Zhou Guan Yu. Ooh. Yeah, Zhou Guan Yu slammed into Albon. This is the replay we want to see. This is on board with Zhou. Oh, it's Bottas. What? I'm confused. Was it Bottas that hit Albon? Perez pits for new front wing, yeah. Norris was so close. I thought Verstappen had been done there by one of the McLarens. I'm not going to lie. Piastri backed out of it into turn 1. And Norris got a great run round the outside and couldn't make it stick. And so... I think it was Bottas that made contact. I think it was Bottas and Albon that got together. Not Zhou and Albon. Zhou was just behind it. Lewis being told he's got a small bit of damage. With this safety car, yes, Joshua Arnold, welcome in to the channel, mate. Stroll now 11th. Now, I have got to warn you, with this safety car happening, I probably won't be able to see. I probably won't be able to stay to the end of the race now. I was hoping for a straightforward Grand Prix. I have to leave in about an hour and a half. We've got an hour and a half. If the race is still going at 20 to 8, I'll have to love you and leave you. Now, it could end up with 3 laps to go, 10 laps to go, but yeah, just as a warning. You can't win them all. But yeah, I was hoping for an incident-free race, but with the contact in turn 1, we're under the safety car. We've only got a couple of laps done in the first 15 minutes, so let's go Liam Lawson. Yes, mate. Are you a Kiwi? Are you a Lawson fan? It's a shame. It's a shame Lawson hasn't got a seat. It's just no room at the inn. It's a shame Lawson hasn't got a seat for next season. But I'm sure he'd be in F1 for 25. I'm sure Lawson will get a seat for 25. But it's sort of a shame, really, that he'll have to go back on the sidelines after coming on with such great form. So anyway, behind the safety car, then the order is Verstappen, Norris, Piastri. So Norris got ahead of Piastri at the start. Then Leclerc, Sainz, Alonso, P6. Then Hamilton, Russell, Lawson, and Tsunoda. Lawson ahead of Tsunoda. Then they're P9 and P10 in the Alpha Tauris. Then Stroll, Hulkenberg, Gasly, Magnussen, Ocon, Zhou, Albon, Perez, Sargent, Bottas. So yeah, both Alfa Romeos were involved in the contact in turn one. Perez as well has had to come in for a new nose, so he's at the back as well. Albon, I don't know if Albon's actually pitted for a new nose, but he was involved in the contact as well. Hamilton being told he's got a little bit of damage on the side of his car after contact with Perez in turn one as well. So yeah, a few cars coming to blows before we got to the first corner in Japan. But yeah, the safety car's going to come in now at the end of lap 4, and we're going to get the race back underway. Alonso gained 3 places. Yeah, man. 4 places. Yeah, Alonso up from P10 to P6. Yeah, mega start from Alonso. Yeah, great start. He's probably the one that's gained the most, actually. Yeah. Yeah, Alonso from 10th to 6th. Right, safety car's ending, and we're going to get this race back underway for the start of lap 5. Verstappen is now becomes the... Verstappen now controls the pace at the front of the field. And hopefully we get some laps under our belt, because we're going to run out of time. Verstappen's backing them all up now into the final chicane. Come on, Lando. Oh, there he goes. Oh, Verstappen's bolted. Verstappen's got a great jump there over Verstappen. But I tell you what, Russell looks... Hamilton, sorry, looks really close behind... sorry, it was Alonso. From a distance, you can't tell the difference between the Aston and the Mercedes. Alonso was right behind Sainz going into turn 1, but can't make a position up. So it's Verstappen, Norris, Piastri, Leclerc, Sainz, Alonso, Hamilton, Russell, Lawson, Tsunoda, top 10. As the race resumes in Suzuka, Alonso looking quick on the back of Carlos Sainz. Alonso on the soft tyres. The top 5 are all on the mediums. So, yeah, Alonso looking racy. Come on, Fernando, then. Look at this. He's looking quicker than both of the Ferraris ahead of him. He's on the soft tyre. He's got to make it count now. Oh, Bottas is off. Bottas is off in the Alfa Romeo. He's on the grass. What has happened down at the hairpin? We need to see a replay of what's happened to Bottas down the hairpin, but Russell all over the back of Lewis Hamilton. They're going to go side by side into the chicane, and Russell down the inside of Hamilton, and they nearly made contact, but Russell gets the move done, and Russell up into P7 then. Russell passes Hamilton, and it looked like Senna and Prost from 1989, but here we go, Hamilton's going to try it back then. There's a little bit of carbon fibre on the front. Oh, and Hamilton goes back round the outside and retakes the position. Hamilton versus Russell in Suzuka. And there was a little bit of damage, I'm sure. Whoo! No holes barred for Mercedes. Going wheel to wheel. Lap 6. Hamilton and Russell. Let's have another look at this. I'm sure they almost made contact there. Whoa. Good move from Lewis. Wow. Do you know that? How they didn't come together there, I don't know. When Lewis pulls out here, sure saw a bit of carbon fibre flying across the road. Wow. Proper racing. Yes, Anto, mate. Well done. Yes, Anto, mate. I mean, welcome in. Not well done. Welcome into the street. Well done for getting up. Oh, my God. Sargent has just absolutely yeeted Bottas off, mate. But I tell you what, yeah, Sargent's in a. Oh, mate. Bottas has been absolutely shafted, mate. Nah, Sargent ain't the one, bro. Sargent ain't the one, bro. Sargent has just absolutely yeeted Bottas into the. Oh, mate, nah. Sargent ain't it. I think I am ready to draw my conclusion. Sargent ain't the one, bro. Nah, man. Sargent ain't the one, bro. That's just embarrassing, bro. That's like playing some random on an F1 open lobby, mate. And you just try and go around the outside of him, he just locks up and just smacks into the side of you. Oh, sorry, mate. What? Nah. That's like playing in a random open lobby in F1 game, that. Just someone just yeeting into the side of you and spitting you off into the wall. Nah, man. It's rookie settings. It's rookie settings, that. You can't be doing that. Piastri's got as much experience in F1 as Sargent. And look at one and look at the other. Sargent ain't it. Liam Lawson is on his 3rd race, or 4th. Look at him. Nah, Sargent ain't the one, bro. Nah, the Americans will have to chill out on this one. Perez takes P16 off Zhou Guanyu. So on lap 8, it is Verstappen from Norris, Piastri, Leclerc, Sainz, Alonso, Hamilton, Russell, Lawson and Tsunoda round out the top 10. We are looking at Lance Stroll trying to get in the points. Bring back Mick. I'd love to see that but I'm a bit biased on that front. I'd love to see Mick back, but I don't think it's going to happen. Mind you, though, with Sargent binning it every time he's in the car, you never know at this point. You actually never know. You never know. Toto Wolff might do Mick a solid and get him a deal in that Williams like he did with George. I'd love to see Mick back, but I don't know. But maybe, you know, if Sargent continues to do this, you know, and it's a little bit embarrassing, Williams have got to have a look round. They've got to have a phone round. They can't bring Nick de Vries back. He's gone studying at Harvard University. They can't bring Latifi back. He's gone studying as well. I mean, it's like this is the thing. Who else did he put in the seat? Get Mick Schumacher back in that seat. Bring Mick Schumacher back. Ocon under pressure from Perez, so Ocon needs to get the move done on Nico Hulkenberg. Oh, Magnussen, sorry. Hulkenberg's in the pits. So it's Magnussen 13th, Ocon 14th, Perez 15th. We're on board with the Red Bull driver in P15 at the moment after having to change his nose at the end of lap 1. He's at the back of the pack. Verstappen at the front leads Norris by 2.7 seconds. Piastri 3.6 behind that. So the top three are spread out. Leclerc only 1.2 behind Piastri for third. And Sainz just about on the bubble for DRS. Within his teammate for P4. Alonso just dropping off the back of the two Ferraris now on the soft tyre, a second and a half behind in P6. And Hamilton right behind Alonso for P6 as well, within half a second, as we see Valtteri Bottas in the garage and has retired from the race. Valtteri Bottas, the first retirement of the Japanese Grand Prix after having contact in turn 1 and then at the restart being shunted off by Sargent. So yeah, not a race to remember for Valtteri Bottas, but I mean, the second one was not his fault at all. Perez has been given a 5-second penalty for what? For hitting Lewis at the start. Safety car infringement. 5-second penalty for Sergio Perez, safety car infringement. Get Seb. Yeah, but Seb in a Williams, no chance. I'd like to see Seb back, but in a Mercedes, in a Ferrari or a Red Bull or something. Not in a Williams. No, I don't think Seb will ever come back. No, Seb ain't coming back. I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if we ever saw Seb back. No, we ain't going to see Seb back. I'd be very surprised. I can see Seb being some sort of ambassador, or he'd be involved. I feel like Vettel will be involved on a managerial level or on an ambassador role or a management role, but not as a driver. I don't know. Perez has been penalised here. He's gone flat out on the exit of the pit lane and made a few positions. Yeah, Perez has been a bit cheeky coming out of the pits after behind the safety car, and we see Ocon lining up Magnussen for 12th, but Ocon doesn't go for it. Yeah, if Ocon doesn't get the move done on Ocon goes round the outside of Kevin Magnussen, and that frees him from the jaws of Sergio Perez, who's coming back through the field. Zhou's in the pits, and so is Lawson. So Lawson and Zhou both pitted. Hamilton close to the back of Alonso. You can see it here on the GPS here. See, look how spread out the top guys are. Verstappen's got a nice lead over Norris, who's got a nice gap over Piastri. And then Piastri, Leclerc, Sainz, Alonso, Hamilton, Russell, quite close together, really, as we are on board with Sergio Perez, getting extremely close to Magnussen at the hairpin. Now we've got a long right-hander before we get to Spoon, and then up to 130R. So Perez will have a chance into the final chicane here. Oh, and he's gone wide. He's gone off at Spoon curve with the understeer of the turbulent air of the car in front. And yes, a bit of an unforced error there from Sergio Perez. It doesn't look good, does it? Please do drop me a like if you are watching the stream. I appreciate this is mad times, mad hours, especially if you're in Europe or in the UK. We're first thing in the morning, but lap 12, and Alonso's in. So Alonso pits It's got to be a two-stopper then, this, hasn't it? It's got to be a two-stop race, hasn't it? If Alonso's already in on lap 12 with the soft tyres done in 12 laps. How long do hard tyres go? It's got to be. Oh, it's got to be a two-stopper, hasn't it? Verstappen leads by 4.6. Norris 4.4 ahead of Piastri. Oh, and there's contact! Perez and Magnussen come together at the hairpin. Oh, no. Oh, what? This is a nightmare for Perez as well. This is a nightmare race for Perez. What a messy race this has been in terms of contact, yeah. What a... Oh, that is rookie settings, that, for Perez. Oh, that's just... I think... Let me have a look at this. Oh, my God, no. This is not... That's not good from Checo, that. That's terrible. That's terrible. Nah, man. Perez in the bin today in Suzuka, mate. This is embarrassing. The thing is, it's going to be debris now. There's going to be debris now. Perez is in the pits then, and so is Magnussen. Nah, man. Perez has had a nightmare here. I tell you what, yeah. If Danny Rick was in the AlphaTauri and he was pulling up trees, getting top 8s, this seat might have been in contention for next year, you know. If Daniel Ricciardo hadn't have got the injury to his hand a month ago and he was consistently finishing in the points, Christian Horner might look at this and go, do you know what? Checo ain't the one, mate. Embarrassing for Checo. And Piastri pits then from P3. VSC. VSC is dropped. The virtual safety car is out. Perez doing a Sargent. The difference is, Sargent's done 15 races. Perez has done about 115 races. So Perez should know better, man. Perez can't be making mistakes like that. It's embarrassing for Sargent, but for Perez, with 12 seasons under his belt, it's ridiculous. Oh. Oh, yeah. Piastri's got the cheap... Yeah, McLaren's got the cheap... Piastri's got the cheap pit stop under the virtual safety car. This could work out well for Piastri, this. Perez team radio. Yeah, Perez complaining about the car, but it ain't going to be right, Perez. Perez is complaining, the car doesn't feel right. It's not going to feel right. Albon pits as well under VSC, and the VSC is ending. So Piastri has got a cheap pit stop there, you know. And there we go. The race is back underway. Green flags. So Piastri and Albon have got cheap pit stops. And everybody else is now going to take their pit stops under full racing speed. So let's see. Piastri could jump his teammate with this little advantage. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what happens now. retire the car. Perez being told to retire the car. Perez is going to be out of the race. It's been one to forget for Bottas. It's been one to forget for Perez. It's been certainly one to forget for Sargent. Sargent's still in the race, but Perez is done. Perez is done. They might as well give him the title now. How many points is Verstappen going to be away from the title if he wins here? It's going to literally be within a couple of points. Perez is out of the race. Yes, Salty Dog, cheers. I'm trying to stay awake. I know, me too, man. Middle of the night in Mississippi. Yeah, cheers for joining, bro. It's mad times. Even in the US, in the UK, it's mad times. You're welcome in, Herb Green, mate. Cheers, mate. Yeah, I've sort of settled on this setup for about 4 or 5 months. I've had this now for probably about 10 races, and I was messing about with it at the start of the year, but I feel like this is all right. We've got the track, we've got the live timings. It's sort of all right. So yeah, I've sort of settled on this setup, but yeah, I appreciate you. Piastri passes Gasly then into the final chicane. We are about to start lap 16 of 53 at the Japanese Grand Prix. Verstappen leads Norris by 9.7 seconds. But some drivers have pitted, some haven't, so this isn't fully representative. But then it's Leclerc, Sainz, Hamilton, Russell, Piastri, P7, then Gasly, Ocon, Alonso, top 10. But, as I say, some have pitted, some haven't. Piastri might have a little bit of an advantage over his teammate. Piastri's pitted. Norris still out there in the other McLaren. Ferraris haven't pitted either. Let's have a look. See how this works. Oh, Hamilton's off. Oh, Hamilton's off at Degner 2. What? You don't usually see mistakes from Lewis like that. Wow. Lewis Hamilton. And he's on the grass again on the exit of the... he's going to have to let Russell go here, surely. Oh, my God. The Mercedes are side by side into Spoon Curve. Careful, guys. Oh, Hamilton pushes Russell wide. No love lost to Mercedes. Oh, mate, I tell you what, these Mercedes have... that's the third time they've been side by side in this race in 16 laps. Hamilton making a mistake and Russell all over the back of him. Side by side to Spoon, and he's eyeing him up again. The camera shouldn't have cut away then to Verstappen in the pit lane. Verstappen pits from the lead, but we need to look at the Mercedes battle. A terrible TV directing that. You don't cut away from the Mercedes going side by side to final chicane to show a Verstappen pit stop. A terrible television directing. Hamilton's pitted. Hamilton has pitted as well. So Verstappen's pitted, Hamilton pitted. So the pit stops are happening now for the guys on the medium tyres. Oh, that was a late... That front right tyre come on after the jacker dropped the car down, did it not? Has Hamilton just about going to stay ahead of Yuki Tsunoda? So Hamilton comes out of the pits, P10. But yeah, good to see you, Herb Green. And yeah, cheers, Salty Dog. Please do drop me a like, guys, on the stream. It helps me out. Could help me out for the next race. YouTube could rank me higher by the time we get to the Qatar Grand Prix in a couple of weeks. But yeah, we've seen a replay on board with Lewis Hamilton, that mistake into Degner 2. And Lewis, so aggressive on the defence. Russell's not going to be happy with that. Wow, Lewis so aggressive on his defence there into Spoon. He pushed Russell. He pushed Russell. Push Russell. He pushed Russell off the circuit completely on the outside. Mate, that was brutal defence. Norris pits from the lead of the race. And Leclerc pits as well. Leclerc and Norris both in, so it gives Sainz the lead of the race for now. Let's have a look at. Oh, Piastri sails past Norris. Piastri in de facto second place. It's fourth on the road at the moment, but with Sainz and Russell yet to pit, the running order now will become. Once Sainz and Russell pit, the running order will become Verstappen, Piastri, Norris, top three, as Stroll sweeps past Hülkenberg into turn one for P13. So Sainz and Russell out front, yet to stop. Then it's Verstappen, Piastri, Gasly and Ocon yet to stop. Then Norris, Alonso, Leclerc. Has Alonso got ahead of Leclerc in the pit stops? Is Alonso ahead of Leclerc in the pit stops? Yeah, he is. Alonso's jumped Leclerc in the pit stops. Oh, Sainz pitting. Sainz saying he feels very quick. But no, he's been told to box. So Sainz pits. So it's only Russell still out there, really. It's Russell and the two Alpines still out there, yet to stop. So Sainz pits for Ferrari. Let's see where he comes out. He's going medium to medium, so it's definitely a two-stop race. Oh, as we see Leclerc passing Alonso into turn one. Whoa. So Alonso might have got the jump in the pit stop, but it didn't last long with Alonso on the hard tyres now. Leclerc on the mediums, and the Ferrari gets P6. So Gasly's pitted as well then, which leaves Russell and Ocon the last two to stop. Russell and Ocon, the only two guys that are still out there. So Piastri's done Norris with the VSC pit stop. Oh, Verstappen, yeah. Verstappen does George Russell for the lead, but Russell's yet to stop, so Russell didn't fight that one. Leclerc eyeing up the back of Esteban Ocon into Spoon Curve, and Leclerc gets the job done. Leclerc up to P5 then. So the VSC did work out as quite an advantage for Oscar Piastri. He's got his P2 back that he lost at the start of the race. So it will be, once Russell pits, Verstappen, Piastri, Norris, top three. Then it'll be Leclerc, Alonso, Sainz, Hamilton, the two AlphaTauris, and just inside the points once it all plays out. Fastest lap for Lando Norris in P4 at the moment, as Alonso eyes up the back of Esteban Ocon, yet to stop. Lap 20 of 53. I don't know if I'll be able to get to the end of the race. I have to go in an hour. So we've got an hour to get 33 laps done. Should be possible, that, should it not? 33 laps in an hour. Should be doable. We should be able to see the end of the race before I have to go, but it's got to be a clean race from now to the end. No more safety cars. Oh, look at this. Sainz versus Alonso. Sainz has got the good exit out of the hairpin, and Sainz and Alonso go wheel to wheel, the long right-hander into Spoon Curve, and Sainz is going to have the inside. Whoa, that was really close, closer than it needed to be into Spoon Curve, and Sainz gets the move done on Alonso. So Sainz up to P7, Ocon just ahead of him, yet to stop. Russell's still out there in P2. Surely Ocon stops. Yeah, George is saying consider plan B, but Sainz has got to get the job done on Esteban Ocon here. He's got the DRS, he's got the slipstream. He pulls out and gets past the Alpine before they get to turn one. Nice, easy move for Carlos Sainz, and makes it Ferrari 5-6. With Russell still out there, it will become 4-5 for Ferrari. As Lewis eyeing up Alonso as well for P8. Alonso saying you've thrown me to the lions by stopping that early. Yeah. Alonso not happy with the strategy today. He started on the soft tyres, stopped like lap 12, was it? Something like that. Yeah, it's not... He doesn't look like a great strategy for the Aston Martin boys, to be fair, but... Stroll's out of the race. Stroll's got damage that is not repairable in a pit stop, either suspension or something like that. So Lance Stroll becomes the third retirement as we see Hamilton versus Alonso into 130R, and Lewis gets the job done. Oh, move of the race so far. Lewis Hamilton passes Fernando Alonso at 130R. You don't often see moves into there, especially between two multiple world champions. And Lewis now looking aggressive on Esteban Ocon and gets that move done. Hamilton on the warpath up to P7. Wow. That was a brave one from Lewis into 130R there. I mean, Alonso's got to give him the space and play ball there, but... Whew. Yeah, so... Bottas out after 2 bits of contact in the opening few laps. Perez out after a couple of bits of contact as well. And now Lance Stroll out and becomes the third retirement from the Japanese Grand Prix. Yeah, he's got a broken rear wing, it looks like, Lance Stroll. So, yeah, I think Lance Stroll had a broken rear wing. So lap 22, Verstappen leads Russell by 6.8 seconds, but Russell's yet to pit. Piastri and Norris 3-4, Leclerc Sainz 5-6, Hamilton P7, Ocon P8 yet to stop, Alonso P9, Tsunoda P10, Lawson P11. Liam Lawson doing well, and he's on to get a point from this. Lap 23 of 53, we're on board. Fernando Alonso versus Fernando Alonso versus Esteban Ocon for P8. Ocon tries to defend it. Whoa, what are you doing? Well, Fernando playing games out there. I thought he was going to go into the back of him then for a second. Like, yo, what are you doing? Yeah, Russell's on a completely different strategy here. Yeah, Russell's going to try and one stop. Yeah, Russell's going to try a one stop. Yeah, man. Russell's going long. Gasly sailed round the outside of Lawson for 11th. Oh, let me try and improve the text on the. Let me try and improve the. I know that's a bit duller, but don't know. It just looks so bad, the font. I mean, it could just have it white like that. I don't know, it's just so bad, isn't it? I don't know why it's so bad. Oh, that'll do. The brighter those names are, the worse it is. Russell pits at the end of lap 24. He's going to try the one stopper. He's onto the hard tyres then for George Russell. He'll get to the end from there. He'll do 28 laps on them. As Alonso fights Ocon into turn 1. So Verstappen leads from Piastri. 11.1 seconds is the gap. But Norris is right behind the back of his teammate. Yeah, Norris asking to be let through. Norris within a second of Piastri in front. So, yeah. Yeah, Norris and Piastri are nose to tail. Leclerc is 5.8 seconds behind Norris. So it's Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari, and then the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton. Whoa, look at this. Russell versus Alonso side by side all the way round until Spoon Curve, but Russell gets the job done, and Russell up into P8 then, with Ocon still out there, 26 laps into the race, and yet to stop, and Sargent's out. Logan Sargent becomes the 4th retirement from the Japanese Grand Prix. Bottas out, Perez out, Stroll out, Sargent out. Oh, God. And here we go then. The McLarens are fighting. Here we go. Here we go. Piastri versus Norris for second in the race. I don't know, man. Norris wants Piastri to move aside, but Piastri's not about it. Oh, this could get tasty. What's he doing? He's defending, Brev. He's racing you, bro. I don't like Lando Norris, man. I don't like Lando Norris, man. Why is he feel? What's he doing? He's racing you. It's called a motor race. Fucking. Why does he feel like he's so privileged? I don't like Lando Norris, man. What's he doing? It's called a race, bro. Lando's just going to have to get the job done fair and square. You can't expect your teammates to jump out of the way. Pass him then. He's going to get the job done here now anyway. He's got DRS, slipstream. Right, there we go. And Norris gets the job done. So the positions have swapped round. After about 3 or 4 moaning team radio messages from Lando Norris, he's through. Norris up into second then. So it's Verstappen who leads Norris by 12.8 seconds. Piastri now third. Then Leclerc, Sainz, Hamilton, Russell. So it's 2 by 2 by 2. We've got a Red Bull, followed by 2 McLarens, 2 Ferraris, 2 Mercedes, 2 Alpine, and the Alpha Tauri of Yuki Tsunoda in P10 at the moment. Perez is getting back in. What? Perez is getting back in the Red Bull. What? This is really strange, this. They're going to get Perez back out there 20 laps down. No. Albon's being told to retire the car. Oh my God, we've got a double Williams DNF on our hands here. Well, I'll tell you what, this race has had a fair few DNFs. Albon's out. So Bottas out, Perez out, Stroll out, Sargent out, Albon out. Jesus, if you finish this race, you've got half a chance of a point here. But what I don't understand is Perez getting back into the car and they're getting ready to send him out. What? They try to serve the 5-second penalty rather than it carrying over. Wow. Crofty's figured it out, man. Crofty's figured it out why they're sending Perez back out there. Perez has got a 5-second penalty. If they don't serve that penalty at this race, it'll be carried over to Qatar. And so Perez will have to serve a 5-second penalty in Qatar. Now, it's a benefit to the team to get him out there now, even though he's 20 laps down, serve the penalty because it doesn't even matter, and then retire the car again. So they've got a clean slate for Qatar. Wow. What a mad world. What a mad world. But that's what they're going to do. That's what it's about. Getting rid of that penalty now. And look at this. They're getting ready to send Perez back out. How many laps down is Perez? Can he still win? That is nuts. I have never seen a car 20 laps down being sent out again. What a mad... George Russell on the alternate strategy being asked what kind of pace he needs to maintain to catch the guys in front. I don't know, man. He's going to have to be pretty quick. Lap 29, as Ocon finally pits. So Ocon's got those hard tyres 29 laps into the race. So yeah, the one stop is on for George Russell for sure. So Verstappen, at the end of lap 29, Verstappen leads Norris by 13.7 seconds. Piastri's in third, 3.2 behind his teammate. Leclerc is 3.9 behind Piastri. Sainz is fifth, 1.9 seconds behind Leclerc. Then a 4-second gap to Lewis Hamilton in sixth. Russell 6 seconds behind Hamilton in seventh. And then Pierre Gasly's P8 at the moment. As we get Alonso versus Tsunoda for P9. Alonso's got to get the inside into Spoon Curve on the home driver. And Alonso passes Tsunoda then. So Alonso goes up into P9. He's a full 11 seconds behind Gasly, who's 8th. And Tsunoda then drops to P10 and the final points paying position in the Grand Prix. We've then got Zhou Guanyu P11. Esteban Ocon P12, who's just stopped Hulkenberg and Magnussen 13th, 14th. And Liam Lawson currently 15th and last at the moment, with Albon out, Sargent out, Stroll out, Perez out, and Bottas out. But they are looking like, the last I saw, like they're going to send Perez out maybe for a lap or two. I don't know if they've done that or not. Just to serve the 5-second penalty so that it doesn't get carried over to Qatar, basically. Ocon passes Zhou for P11, so Ocon on the new tyres as Zhou pits. And Liam Lawson passes Kevin Magnussen for P13. Nice move from the rookie. Yeah, we're back to the usual form book this weekend, isn't it? You know, Verstappen had one race off, and we're back to the usual form book. Verstappen leads by 14 seconds with 22 laps to go. Was it worth getting up at R5 in the morning? Probably not. Nah, it's always good fun, isn't it? It's always good fun, and we're going to have fights. You know, Russell on the alternate strategy is going to put a cat amongst the pigeons when everyone else pits. I can see it. I can see a scenario where Russell is like second or third, but then everyone's coming trying to overtake him in the last like 10, 15 laps. And so it'll be Russell versus everyone in the last dozen laps. You know, that's what I'm predicting. It could be interesting as Yuki Tsunoda pits for a second time in the AlphaTauri. Hope he gets some points today, Tsunoda. Perez is 8 laps down. I've never seen it. Ted Kravitz on about them sending Sergio Perez out 8 laps down. He's never seen it. I've never seen it. If Ted Kravitz has never seen it, it's never happened. If you're out, you're out. No, you can send the car back out there, but the reason why it doesn't happen is because it's completely pointless. I actually don't know why they're going to send Perez back out there. Treat it as a testing session or what, I don't know. But yeah, you never see it. Not because it's not allowed, just because there's no point in doing it. But yeah, in qualifying you can't. If you're out of qualifying, if the car stops in qualifying, you're out. If the car stops out on circuit in qualifying, that's it. But in the race, if the car stops out on circuit, and let's say they have to get the crane to recover the car and all that, you're out. So this is where the subtlety is, Matty, right? If the car is stranded out on circuit and it stops and breaks down and you're at turn 7, you're out. But if you bring the car back to the garage, drive into the garage, work on the car, you can send it back out again. That's what it is. So if you stop out on circuit, it's game over. You know, if you're on a runoff area at turn 9, you can't then tow the car back to the pit lane, work on it, and send it. Once you stopped out on circuit, it's game over. But if you bring the car on its own steam back into the pits, roll it back into the garage, work on it, and send it out again, that's allowed. But you just never see that because it's just pointless. It's just absolutely pointless. You never see a car come into the pits. But it's a scenario that is so rare that even Ted Kravitz, who is the best pundit in the world, he's never seen it. So you better believe I've never seen it. I don't understand it. They're on about not wanting Perez's penalty to carry over to Qatar. It's a bizarre situation. But he's not been sent out there yet. I don't know what's happening with that. But we're on lap 34 anyway. If there's no more safety cars and no more red flags or anything, I'll be able to see the end of the race before I've got to go. Just if you haven't been here since the beginning of the race, I've got to go at about 20 to 8. So if the race isn't done by 20 to 8, I'm very sorry, but I've got to go to work. But it should all be done and dusted by then. We're on lap 34 or 53, so what we got? 34. We've got 19 laps to go. 19 laps in 35 minutes. It's touch and go, isn't it? It's touch and go. If there's no more VSCs, no more safety cars, I might just about see the end of it before I've got to go. But yeah, lap 35 and 53. And Leclerc's in from P4, sorry. So Leclerc in for his second stop. 2-stop races are always better than a 1-stop. 1-stop race ain't the one, is it? More pit stops the better. 3 stops even better, but at least every race should at least be a 2-stop. You know, every race should at least be a 2-stop race. 3, perfect. But every race should at least be 2-stop. And at least this one is. You know, you see a lot of races that are just a 1-stop. So Hamilton, Leclerc pits, Hamilton pits on lap 35. Gasly pits from P10. So Verstappen leads Norris by 15.5 seconds. And looks like McLaren are getting ready for Piastri to stop. Is Piastri going to come into the pits? Yeah, Piastri's in from P3. Clean stop, 2.6 second pit stop from the McLaren boys. And Piastri's back out into the race. P5. Yeah, we're going to have a scenario where Russell's going to be... Yeah, we're going to be in a scenario where George Russell on the alternate strategy is going to be up in the top 2, top 3, and then everybody behind's going to be coming. He's going to be defending from like 7 cars. That's the scenario we're in. As Gasly passes Hulkenberg for P10. All right, so yeah, and Russell is going to end up 2nd or 3rd, and then he's going to have to defend from everybody on fresh tyres, and it's just how much you can defend against Piastri, Leclerc, his teammate Hamilton, Sainz, Alonso. I don't know. But it makes it interesting anyway, as Lando Norris pits from P2. Norris cut it to... So let's see where Russell ends up now then. Where's Russell going to end up in comparison to Norris? Has Norris got a full pit stop advantage over George Russell? We're about to find out. No, yeah, Russell's going to be up into P2. Yeah, so Russell's going to get P2, right. So this is a madness, right. So, yeah, George Russell on the alternate strategy is going to be 2nd on the road once Sainz pits. Once Sainz pits, Russell's going to be P2, and then he's going to have the entire field chasing him down, basically. So it's going to be Russell versus everybody in the last 10 laps. Well, it's something to talk about, isn't it? As Verstappen being told to pit then from the lead on lap 37. Yeah, George is already under threat. George is already under threat from Lando Norris. I can't see this strategy. Yeah, well, I don't know where Russell's going to end up. If I was to guess, I think Russell will end up like 8th or 9th. He's going to be 2nd on the road, but he's going to end up probably be about 8th. But, you know... Look at this. Perez sat in the car in the garage. How many laps down is Perez going to be when they send him back out here? This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Russell already under pressure. Here comes Lando Norris, DRS, slipstream, and Norris gets the position easily from George Russell. And yeah, I was talking about George Russell versus everybody. It might not be much of a fight, as Lando Norris cruises past the Mercedes and back up to 3rd. With Sainz yet to stop, that will become 2nd. Lap 38 of 53. 15 laps in half an hour. Should get this done. The race should be over, unless if there's another safety car that fucks it up for me. If it's a straightforward race from now to the end, we'll be able to do the whole race before I've got to go. We've got half an hour. We've got 15 laps. It's on. We're on board. Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. Is he going to pit now? He's been undercut by both McLarens and his teammate. It doesn't seem like the best strategy on the face of it. But yeah, Sainz does pit now then. Okay. Let's see how this works out. So Norris will retake 2nd. You'd think Piastri's going to be closing in on Russell at a faster rate as not. Yeah, see on the GPS. Verstappen with the big lead. Then Norris, Russell, Piastri. Leclerc, Hamilton. And There comes Sainz. I tell you what, Alonso's not going to be far away. But yeah, Sainz comes back out of the pits into the race. P7 as Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez, 25 laps down. He's going to come back out onto the circuit. What is it? I have never seen this. In 18 years of watching Grand Prix racing, I have never seen somebody 20 laps down come back out into the race. Never. This is madness. Do you reckon he can still win from here, Perez? Ridiculous. I don't know, man. So that the penalty doesn't get carried over to Qatar. I don't know, man, because Ted Kravitz was on about the penalties aren't carried over anyway. Time penalties. If you've got a time penalty and you retire from the race, it's done, isn't it? That's chapter's closed, is it not? And Perez comes out of the garage and rejoining the race on lap 40. What the hell? If he won it, it's 100% match fixing. Yeah, I reckon Perez to win. Yeah, Perez is 6. There's no way. There's no way Perez is only 6 laps down. There's no way. There's no way Perez is only 6 laps down. There's no way. Perez has got to be. Nah. Anyway, I'm not going to sit here and laugh at Sergio Perez for the next half hour, even though it seems like the right thing to do. Mate, you can't. What is the point, man? Nah, Perez to win, mate. Perez to win. You got to be in it to win it. This is the ultimate. You've got to be in it to win it. Oh my God. Perez is pitting. Even David Croft's laughing, mate. Even David Croft can't hold it together. He's like, Sergio Perez in the pits. No, mate. Even David Croft's cracking up, mate. He's 7 laps down. And, coming in for a cheeky pit stop. Oh, mate, I have never seen anything like this. Anyway, that's not the main story, is it? Or maybe it is. Nah, Piastri versus Russell for P3 is upon us with 12 laps to go. He's going back in the pits. Mate, up there for thinking, Matty, he's on the alternate strategy, you know what I mean? You hear me say that sometimes, the alternate strategy. Sergio Perez is definitely on the alternate strategy. As Piastri goes side by side with Russell for third. And but yeah, Piastri's wow. Russell got a really good traction out of the final chicane. I don't think Piastri's going to get a chance into turn 1. It's going to be close. Russell defends. Oh, and Piastri round the outside of turn 1. Nice move from Oscar Piastri. And back onto P3 he goes then. So it's Verstappen from Norris from Piastri top 3 and Perez being told to retire the car. Oh, mate, mate. Honestly, the scenario of Perez retiring from the race, coming out of the pits again 7 laps later, only to do a lap and then retiring again, is not something I had on the bingo card today. It's not something I had in my prediction. Oh my god! And the reason why they've done this is because they're scared about a 5-second penalty being carried over from this race to Qatar. So they've served a penalty now. My god. And Perez wheeled back into the garage again. And Formula One is a little bit silly. That's a little bit silly. That's a little bit silly. And Perez is back out of the race. Well, he's made it funny, yeah. He's given it a storyline that I never would have predicted. 10 laps to go. I've got 20 minutes before I've got to go. So, yeah, we should get this done. We should get this done and dusted. Unless there's more incidents. So, yeah, lap 43 or 53. Verstappen leads Norris by 16 seconds, who leads Piastri by 11.2. And now we are watching the battle for fourth between Russell and Leclerc. And it is what I said, you know, Russell up at the top end and then having to defend from the entire pack. And one by one, they're just cruising up to the back of the Mercedes and just cruising past him. They're just... Russell's not got really a leg to stand on here. I don't know where Russell's going to end up. Russell might end up about... Well, there's a 7-second gap between Sainz and Alonso, 7th and 8th. So, in theory, Russell could end up there. I reckon Russell ends up 8th. Under pressure from Alonso. Maybe ends up 9th. I don't know. But, Leclerc is the next one to overtake the Mercedes. He's got to line him up here out of the final. Ooh, a little bit of oversteer from Charles Leclerc coming out of the final chicane. Is he going to get enough top speed with DRS and slipstream? Russell slightly defends into turn 1. And, yeah, Leclerc's going to have to stay behind all the way through the S's now. All the way through the S's. Next overtaking opportunity will be down at the hairpin, but more than likely now at the chicane or turn 1. All right, so McLaren are offering, if there's a safety car now, with 9 laps to go, they're offering Piastri the pit stop. That'd be an aggressive strategy, that, wouldn't it? Yeah, Piastri's had a fantastic rookie season. Is Leclerc going to get the job done into the chicane, or is it going to be all the way down to turn 1? It's looking quite close. There's no DRS up to 130R, which is the right decision. You don't want DRS around 130R. It would come into the chicane then. And he's just going to line him up for turn 1 now, surely. DRS, slipstream. Down the pit straight. They come. I'll tell you what, that Mercedes looking pretty quick in a straight line. Well, it's going to be close, this. Is Russell going to defend it? Russell defends in the middle of the track and forces Leclerc round the outside. Oh, the wheel to wheel and gets ahead of the Mercedes. But that wasn't easy by any stretch. He had to go wheel to wheel there around turn 2 and into turn 3. But Leclerc gets a move done. Leclerc up into P4. Russell drops to P5. Next up is Lewis Hamilton, 2.2 seconds behind Russell then. 8 laps to go. I feel like Hamilton and Sainz will both get past Russell. Russell probably end up 8th. Oh man. Yeah, that was that was very close. That was great racing. That was very close on the exit of turn 2. Because we were on board with Leclerc with the helmet cam, we didn't really see how close that battle was, but that was really close. Oh, how many points does he need? Yeah. A podium finish. Oh my God. Verstappen's going to be world champion on a Saturday. Verstappen could be crowned world champion after the sprint race in Qatar next weekend. Nobody's ever won a championship on a Saturday before, have they? That's ridiculous. Oh, don't know how I feel about that, man. Verstappen gets a podium in the sprint a week on Saturday, and he's world champion. That's just not right, is it? That's like being crowned Premier League champions during a training session. That's weird, man. Oh, Hamilton locks up into the final chicane. I don't know. That is a weird one, that. Verstappen to win the championship a week on Saturday after the sprint race. Wow. What? Hamilton team radio. Yeah, Hamilton being told, make sure you give him plenty of room. Make sure you give each other plenty of room, should I say. So, yeah, Russell on the alternate strategy, falling into the clutches of Lewis Hamilton. And we've seen these Mercedes. This will be the 4th time we see the Mercedes go side by side today. They've had quite a scrap out there. 6 laps to go. How long have I got? 15 minutes. Oh, yeah, we could end up with both AlphaTauris out of the points. I hadn't even clocked that. Here we go then for Hamilton versus Russell. Oh, this is going to be close. We've got Sainz is right there as well. 5th, 6th and 7th. Nose to tail with 5 laps to go. Russell versus Hamilton versus Sainz. Come on, Lewis. Lewis has got DRS. Oh, he's not going to get the job done here. Oh, it's close, but Lewis can't get the move done yet. Oh, Russell's going to defend it like a dog as well. Russell's going to really defend this as well because, yeah, but Russell doesn't care, Lewis. Russell, from Russell's point of view, he's got to defend this as hard as possible because then if he loses... Oh, mate, because if he loses position to Lewis, then he's vulnerable to Sainz. Russell's either going to finish 5th or 7th. I tell you what, and Hamilton's under pressure from Sainz now. Hamilton under pressure from Sainz. Hamilton's going to be looking in his mirrors more than ahead. Oh, look at this. Sainz is looking quick. Oh, Russell's put Lewis in the bin here. Yeah. George is saying do it on the last lap. So George is being instructed to swap the positions. Oh, and Russell does let Lewis go, but oh my God, it was a risky one. The thing is, now he's going to be vulnerable. So Russell lets Hamilton go. They shouldn't have introduced team orders there. I don't know about that, man. Yeah, you see, they've put Russell in the bin here in favour of Hamilton there. That's not fair. That's not fair. That because Russell. Yeah, George. George has not had it's not been fair to George this because he's been absolutely brutally shoved wide by Lewis further earlier on in the race, and then he's had to play the team game to let him through. Oh my God. Okay, so Lewis is going to play the team game. Formula One's a weird world, isn't it? Oh no, George hasn't got the traction. Sainz is going to get the move done. He's going to go side by side into turn one. Sainz against Russell, and Sainz gets the job done. And I'm sorry, but Mercedes put George Russell in the bin there. The Mercedes just dropped a bollock there. They've not played that scenario right, and it's lost George Russell a position that he didn't need to lose. I don't know, man. I mean, it's a difficult one for Mercedes, but it's George Russell is going to think the world's against him after this race. 3 laps to go. Verstappen leads Norris by 19 seconds. Piastri P3. Then it's Leclerc, Hamilton, Sainz, Russell, Alonso, Gasly, and Ocon. So Lawson just outside the points in P11. It's going to be the AlphaTauri's fighting for P11, actually. But both of them just outside the points. Tsunoda's not going to get any points at his home race. We've got 5 retirees from this race. Albon, Sargent, Stroll, Perez, Bottas. So both Williams out of the race. Stroll in the Aston out. Perez, after a comedy of a scenario, is out of the race. Sainz is sounding up for it on the team radio, and he's going to go and chase Lewis down then with 2.5 laps to go. Sainz is well up for this one then. Sainz thinks he can get Hamilton for P5, and he might have half a chance. Lewis team radio. Wasted all that time for no reason. I tell you what, it's going to be close between Sainz and Hamilton, this. I tell you what, Sainz has got the pace here. Sainz has got the pace here. This race could end up Verstappen winning, then 2 McLarens, 2 Ferraris, and 2 Mercedes. This could... I tell you what, Sainz is looking quick here. Lap 52 of 53. We've got a lap and a half to go in the Japanese Grand Prix. And the battle for 5th is on. I wish it was the battle for the lead, but you know what 2023 is like. There's only one man. Oh, well, we had Singapore last week was good. Singapore last week, when Red Bull had an off day, mate, was... Ooh, this is going to be close, this. Sainz, 4 lap fresher tyres than Hamilton ahead of him. Oh, yeah, and Red Bull are about to win the F1 Constructors' Championship as well, which was a done deal after about 4 or 5 races. But yeah, Red Bull... As Max Verstappen starts his 53rd and final lap of the race. We're just going to have enough time as well here, because I've got to go in about 5 minutes. So this has worked out well, actually. We'll just about see the end, and then I've got to dash off. Final lap for Verstappen. And it's going to be... It's a weird one for Max, because it's a shame, really, for Verstappen that it's not mathematically possible that he can win the championship today, because now he's going to do the sprint race in Qatar and then win the championship on a Saturday afternoon, which is just bizarre. But yeah, he's going to miss out on the championship because mathematically it's not. Yeah, strange one. But Red Bull are going to be crowned Constructors' Championship. Red Bull are going to be crowned Constructors' Championship for 2023. 47 career race wins for Max Verstappen. Well, they had Singapore off. But Max Verstappen is back to winning ways in Suzuka, in Japan. Unstoppable, dominant. Max Verstappen wins the Japanese Grand Prix easily in the end. And Red Bull are Constructors' Champions in 2023. Verstappen dominates the Japanese Grand Prix. It's going to be Lando Norris joining him on the podium in P2. Oscar Piastri P3. It's going to be Leclerc P4. Hamilton and Sainz are going to fight to the line. It's going to be really close between Hamilton and Sainz. But Norris second, Piastri third, Leclerc fourth. Hamilton is going to hold on for P5, Sainz P6, Russell P7, Alonso P8, Gasly P9, and Esteban Ocon P10. And Piastri gets his first podium as well. So 2 McLarens on the podium with Max Verstappen. I've got to go because I've got to get ready for work. But congratulations to Red Bull for winning, dominating this season and winning the Constructors' Championship. Verstappen will have to wait to be officially crowned champion in Qatar. Join me in a couple of weeks for the Qatar Grand Prix. Thank you everyone for joining me today. I know it's been really early. If you're watching on a repeat as well, big ups to you. But yeah, not a bad race, not the best. But yeah, I've got to go. I will see you all. Thank you for joining me. Please do drop me a like. Subscribe if you're into Formula One. I'll be back for Qatar when Verstappen will be crowned world champion. See you next time, guys. Thank